Good morning. Whew. Early start again today. Yesterday I had a big day up at Moel Shabad. It was a Friday and it was mad busy. Today I'm in the Ogwen Valley. It's a Saturday. The weather window that we've got, which has lasted 2 days, pretty much ends this afternoon, so I suspect it's going to be rammed here this afternoon, or even this morning. So I started early. I'm going to some smaller tops in the hope that they'll be a bit quieter. But also because my little body is still worn out from yesterday, because walking in winter when the snow's deep uses different muscles. I was cramping up, I was knackered. So today, something, 1 or 2 tops, depending on how I feel. And well, let's see if you can guess where I'm going as I get further along. So I've just come through Gwyn Goch Hisaf, a lovely little campsite. Stayed there before. Modest, but great for a walking destination with fantastic views of Tryfan. Anyway, the snow has definitely changed in character from yesterday. It's got much more of a crunch about it, more of an icy layer on the top, which I'm still going through comfortably at the moment, just about. It'll be interesting to see as we gain height, which direction that goes in, whether it gets so crunchy that I've got to put my crampons on, or whether it softens a bit. I've no idea really. To wait and see. Got a little bit of a rub on my boot, on my left foot. So I think I'm going to stop in a minute and take that up, because I know what happens with these things. You leave it and you think, oh, it's alright now, it's got better, but in actual fact, it's just blistered, and later on it'll come back to haunt you. So as soon as you get that burning, it's important to tape it up right away. That's what I'm going to do. We're about to leave this path shortly, and then cross the road, and then start the climb. So, see you soon. Right, I'm leaving this lovely big wide track onto a very faint grassy trail from what I remember. So how easy it'll be to follow in the snow. Well, it won't be easy to follow in the snow, it'll be a nightmare. But it's short-lived because once you get up past the Over Stile, probably in about 20 minutes or so. It's just a broad ridge from that point onwards. And so I'm just making my way up. And this bit is normally quite boggy in parts. And so the freezing conditions will help me with that, which is good. Well, so far so good. I can see the track for the moment. Right, I'm over the first stile. But it's not the stile I referred to earlier. It's more of a bridge, the other one. Yeah, this is where in the past I got surrounded in a sea of bog. Struggled to find my way across. And it's boggy today as well, beneath the snow. If you stand on somewhere that someone's not stood on before, it's alright. I know, just laughing to myself because look behind me over there. There's a snowy gully, and me and a friend of mine came down that gully in fear of our lives, clutching onto bits of heather in the hope that we didn't slide to our doom. It's a great example of the motto, proper preparation and planning prevents poor performance. Because when I read up about the route afterwards, it said, whatever you do, don't go down that gully. So, yeah, wouldn't be doing that again. Right, which way to go? I think I'll go that way. Okay, things are going well. If anything, the snow's been a little bit shallower. Oh, why am I saying that? Because suddenly it's gone deep again. But you can see the top now. And in case you haven't guessed already, today I'm going up Pen y Helgi Dhu, which is just behind me over there. And then, depending upon how I'm feeling, I might also do Pen y Lythyrach, the slippery hill of the witch. But we'll see how tired I feel at the top of Pen y Helgi Dhu, which is a fairly straightforward gradient up now, so not too tough, I hope. But that'll all depend upon the depth of the snow. It's suddenly gone foot deep again. Maybe we should get in the grass. Grass is our friend. Wow. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. So this weekend is the first weekend I've been walking since Rudolph's Mountains went public at Christmas time. Although, to be fair, you probably won't see this video until the end of March. I agonised over whether to go public with it. Principally, my videos started out really just to share the adventures with my mum, and she really enjoys them. Well, she says she does. And then over time I've got a bit obsessed about it, and I love doing it. There's a lot of work goes into them, but each time I watch them back while I'm exercising in the gym or whatever, I sort of relive these adventures, and I love the days out in the mountains. But it's not been an easy journey for me, which I'll maybe talk about a bit later. Whew. So, mentioned earlier that my journey to mountains was a bit of a challenge for me, and that's because I used to do walks with friends, but never went out on my own. Just didn't have the confidence. And doing these little videos takes so much time, setting the camera up and going back and forth, that it makes it more difficult to do with your friends. It's in some ways easier to do on your own. And so it sort of pushed me into walking on my own. I've been doing for the last few years, I've probably done far more walks on my own than I've done with friends. It's always nice to be out with your friends in the hills. But I also now enjoy the solitude of it, which is a bit weird for me because generally speaking I don't like being on my own, and also I don't like being with lots of people, so I'm a bit of a weirdo, what can I say. But doing the movies is helping to discover the hills and the joy of being in the hills on your own, which is something special really. I didn't really appreciate it until I started to do it. Anyway, we're nearly at the top of it. So hopefully I shall see you on the summit. Oh. Well, I thought this was the top, but it isn't. I've had a look at the map, and the true summit is over there, which we'll head to in a moment. This little cairn is a bit of a red herring, so I shall head over to the highest point on the map, which is just over there. Whew. Beautiful, got the winds up here and it's freezing. So this is the top of Pen Helgi Do. I got the place to myself, which is just fantastic. So let's hand over to Daisy the drone to give you a bit of a tour of the summit. Right, thank you Daisy. Now let's go and find somewhere to have a sit and have a break, out the wind, have something to eat. I think I'm just going to go back again. I think trying to do the slippery hill of the witch today might be a bit too much because I'm really tired and I did struggle getting up here because of my lack of fitness generally, and because I had a big day yesterday as well. But what a day it's been, just stunning. Right, let's go get some food. Starving Marvin. Whew. Well, I've left Pen here, Helgi Do behind on my way down, and as I mentioned a bit earlier, a bit tired, so I'm not going to do anything else today. I'm just going to return the way that I came, and so I shan't film too much because you've seen it all before on the way up. I'll just do the odd handheld bit to finish the story. It's definitely timed it right this morning, getting out at the crack of dawn, because it's getting busier, even on this lesser known top. I've probably seen a dozen people, including a group of 4 skiers, which I didn't expect. So they'll come hurtling past me at some point. I don't know, it depends which way they're going to go. Oh, I've had a fabulous day. Oh. Bit of high cloud coming in, which is what's forecast. Weather's supposed to deteriorate as the day goes on. If you've been watching this channel for a while now, A, I admire your bravery, but B, you're probably aware that I love my motorbikes, and there's some exciting news on that front. Julie, the Africa twin, has moved on to pastures new, and Natalie, the NT 1100, has joined the family, which is very exciting for me, and I've no doubt Natalie will appear briefly in some videos in the future. So we've got Natalie, the NT, Mrs. Harvey, the VFR 800X, and for some reason my daughter decided to name the car Concrete, which is just a bit nuts. And the final member of the inanimate family is Standervan, who's appeared in loads of videos. Bought Stan about 5 years ago now, something like that. Took me a few years to do the conversion, working on it at evenings and weekends and holidays. But he's pretty much done now. There's more maintenance that needs to be done to keep him going. Anyway, it's just so stunning and it's beautiful. Not a massive distance to go till we're back at the road. We'll be back at the road in 20 minutes, and then it's about half an hour walk down the path alongside the road back to Standervan. Hello. Right, I'm nearly back at Standervan. It's just to the side of those trees over there. About 5-10 minutes max. Oh, poop now. Been a an amazing day. So gonna call it a day. Hope you've enjoyed this one, and I'll see you on the next one a little bit more.